If you look at 2047, which technology do you think will sustain this test of time and will still remain relevant in 2040?
Yeah, so and this is a very interesting question. For this to understand, I think we have to look at what is happening right now and how that will scale up in coming futures. One important part is the computing, right? Until it was more semiconductor, silicon-based computing environment we have, and that's what we call bit computing, right? Trend of 0, 1 bit that get processed. But now suddenly we will have quantum computing capability available in coming 4 or 5 years of time. It's already available, but will scale up and will become more democratized in terms of its ability. So then suddenly we have bit computing coming in. Right? Then I talked about neuromorphic computing. That will also become very realistic. Means in fact, it will come before even quantum coming in. So that's called as a neuron computing, right? And now photon processor, photon computing is also coming, right? Suddenly we'll have 3 or 4 different type of the computing environment, and all of them will be available to us to use. So this is a hybrid computer environment I'm talking about, right? So your ability to use of them is the key ability that you will develop, and people are building data centers for helping you to use this diverse computing environment for different use cases basically. Right?
Okay.
Some of the use cases will be very complex in nature. You will be use quantum. Some of the use cases will be deep learning process. You will probably use neuromorphic to save the time and money and processing power basically. Right? I believe that bit computing will lose its sheen because the workloads going forward will be more complex in nature. That's why semiconductor technology will have its role, but if this computing environment becomes very significant, so the role of semiconductor ecosystem may not further progress. So they say
Okay.
after 1.4 nanometer or 1 nanometer, it is very difficult for semiconductor ecosystem to scale up further. Basically, you need to find different architectures for that, right? But suddenly the neuromorphic, quantum, photon will play a very significant role in coming future.